Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie Cunningham. I appreciate you for confirming what we all knew anyway. She was going on this whole tangent about how, yeah, you know, when these teams got their systems, you know, you kind of just got to learn and blend into the system or it's just not going to go well. Yada, yada, yada.
Sophie Cunningham just broke the silence, and what she revealed might completely destroy the WNBA from the inside. She didn't just call out the lies. She exposed the entire system, from fake injury reports to corruption to how Caitlin Clark was used as a pawn. Sophie finally said what no one else had the courage to say. And after this, nothing will ever be the same again. They lied about everything, she said. And that one line? It shook the league to its core. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because what I'm about to reveal will leave you speechless.
I'm just being me, and I'm being honest, and I'm being truthful, and there's a lot of people who maybe have the same views that they just don't feel like they can say because you could get fined or people could take it the wrong way, but I just
find every
single time, and I'm just like, it is what it is.
I'm trying to think what you could.
It started quietly, a few whispers, a few missed games, and then the cover-up began. Caitlin Clark's so-called groin injury, the one that kept her off the court for weeks, now turns out to be a complete fabrication. Not a mistake, a cover-up, and Sophie Cunningham. She saw everything. She lived through the same pattern, the fake timelines, the silence, the manipulation. Except this time, she wasn't going to stay quiet. Sophie said it herself.
They don't even want to deal with this lady. They don't even want to talk to her. So there's no chance we'll actually get a deal done with Kathy Engelbert being in charge of it. Like it's clear as day. And now with this whole gambling scandal and all of this stuff, and we saw
they didn't just lie to the fans. They lied to us. Behind the scenes, players were being told what to say. Press statements were rehearsed. Medical updates were rewritten. And every time Caitlin Clark asked questions, she was told to trust the process. But the truth? That process was never meant to protect players. It was meant to protect reputations. Sophie described how even the doctors felt pressured. In her words, they wanted us to look healthy, even when we weren't. And that's when the frustration exploded. Sophie called out Stephanie White and WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert directly. She said, "We're tired of being treated like we're replaceable."
Changes to your system to play her game. And we also know that this did not go over so smoothly because we saw Stephanie White taking shots at her on TV. We saw the back and forth argument when Caitlin Clark was going off on her in the tunnel during the Atlanta Dream game when they were going into the tunnel for halftime. We saw Stephanie White play Caitlin Clark at small forward. We saw an entire game.
We're tired of lies being used to protect people at the top. And that moment? That's when everything changed. Because right after Sophie's interview, Adam Silver, yes, the NBA commissioner, stepped in. For the first time, someone outside the WNBA's bubble started asking questions. And according to insiders, Silver made it clear, if this is true, the 2026 season might not even happen. But let's rewind for a second. Why would anyone fake an injury for Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, the star everyone tunes in for? Simple control, Stephanie. White couldn't handle how fast Caitlin was becoming bigger than the team. Every press conference was about her. Every headline carried her name. And when tension started building inside the locker room, things got ugly. Sophie revealed that certain staff members didn't want Caitlin playing full minutes. They said she was too valuable to risk.
And it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
But Sophie believes the truth was darker. They wanted her sidelined, so they could take control of the narrative. Again, Caitlin's absence gave the team an excuse. They could lose games and still blame injuries. It was a script. performance, and everyone in the organization played their role. By mid-season, Sophie had enough. She told reporters that players were mentally breaking. She said there was fear in the locker room, not of opponents, but of management, because anyone who questioned the system got punished. Lexi Hull, another teammate, quietly supported Sophie and Caitlin, but even she was told to focus on the game, not the gossip. This wasn't gossip anymore. This was manipulation. And when Sophie tried to stand up for Caitlin, she said the words that fans will never forget. If you can lie about an injury, you can lie about anything. After that statement, everything spiraled.
I don't know. She loves hard. But at the end of the day, she's like one of my little cousins. She's the age of them. She acts like them. I'm just like, dude, you're a dweeb.
Stephanie White went silent. The team's media team deleted multiple old interviews, and ESPN started digging into the story. Within 24 hours, a bombshell headline dropped. Sources confirm internal investigation into Indiana Fever's injury reports. That's when Adam Silver stepped in publicly. He said, "This is bigger than basketball. We need transparency." And just like that, Sophie Cunningham became the voice of truth. Now, rumors are flying everywhere that the FBI, the league, and even medical boards are reviewing old files. Fans are furious. Justice for Caitlin is trending again. And Sophie? She's not backing down. She said, "They threatened me to stay quiet. But if I don't speak, nothing changes. Not for me, not for Caitlin, not for any woman in this league." Those words, raw, emotional, powerful, spread across every social platform. People called her a hero. Others said she just ended her WNBA career. But Sophie didn't care, because for her, this wasn't about money or fame, it was about respect. She said, "We gave them everything, our bodies, our loyalty, our hearts when they gave us lies. And now, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham might both sit out the 2026 season. They're tired of politics, tired of fake narratives, tired of watching fans being lied to. The WNBA had a chance to make history. Instead, it might have just buried its future. Because when your own players expose your system, it's no longer about sports, it's about trust. And right now, the trust is gone. If you believe Sophie did the right thing by exposing the truth, drop a in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole mess. And don't forget to subscribe. Because this story isn't over yet, not even close.
When she's in her zone, and I know when she was playing, she was coming back from injury too, but she had kind of an off year of shooting when she was able to play. And I think that's normal. Like you're never just gonna always be up here, you know what I mean? But when she was locked in, like it was so fun to watch her play because she was 4 steps ahead of everyone else.